Good evening and welcome to this 8 o'clock, oh wait, not 8 o'clock, nearly midnight showing of the Swemp Electronics Football Alliance Division 2 and a special show tonight because it's not the league, it's the cup that will never end. Well, it will end, but we'll not see it. We've got the strange situation in Sweden where the league starts but the cup's already in progress, which is why we've had 76ers winning a cup that only a few teams entered. And then the league finishes and the cup doesn't finish till the season after. So, yeah, 13 matches tonight, all effectively friendlies. But yes, it will all be good fun tonight. You can see a huge fixture list of Swedish Cup matches. There's groups in here, and teams take part in groups until the third round. Good evening, Quinton. Am I a little bit quiet? Let's speak up a little bit. We'll do that. Is that any better? All these matches, all these massive amount of matches, and we're going to see 13 of them. And so we might as well get started straight away with the real E match. Very quiet, very quiet. I will check my settings to see if I am very quiet. Let me see if I turn up a little bit. Does that make it any better? Let's go for that setting there and hope that that one would work. If I am quiet, you might have volume settings on your things as well. Anyway, so real E. We have got Rob in as well. Mr. CM Robbie is here. Good morning, almost good morning. And Jim of Round Hair here as well. So you can see here the selection for really includes the reserve squad. And that's the reserves have disappeared. You save it. This is really interesting. If you save the game and then you put reserves in, Mr. Savage is here, then you come back to it, the reserves will no longer be picked. So here are the substitutes going into the team today for this match. Plenty of people here. Might just be your computer, not sure if everyone can hear you properly. I am up as loud as possible. I will check my settings just in case there's anything going on that isn't quite right. So I will just check my settings while I can do that. And we're on to, let's see, that should be the right settings. It should be the right settings. Anyway, so just picking the other substitutes for this team. They had Lance. Be very loud. Be very loud. Good evening, Tato, of course. So yeah, you see me picking those substitutes there. Anyone who's just joined, the substitutes do not save if they're grey players on the bench. Interesting. And you come back to the game. So there's the team today. A first match for Julio Arca in the team. And you see we've got Ashley Cole, Rio Ferdinand and Kieran Dyer as a back three going into this one against Landskrona, who we are aware of some of their players, of course. So going into this one, Julio Arca taking it's going to be the number 33 shirt, of course, because that was one of his old shirt numbers there. Let's go into the match. Van Nistelrooy captaining the team. yes, you're not wrong there, Mr. Savage. It might be the end of the Swemp League if we were to go banging outside the door. Hope everyone has keepers on the bench. In fact, we might all have keepers on the bench today. You might well be noticing that. So, who have we got in the teams today? We've got some quality here. It's not just any kind of Stoltz, but Urban Stoltz is playing there, the 37-year-old Swede in the team today for Landskrona. Jesper Ljung. I remember Quinton having him in one of his Rangers teams back on 97-98. Then, yes, it was a laugh last night indeed. The huge 13-2 victory, or whatever it was, 12-3, 12-3 victory for UN Rovers. Hassan Chetinkaya, who is someone who's on the trial list for the New Stackinson side for next season. Then Gabriel Ukar on the bench as well. He's a player I've signed once or twice. And of course, Alexander Farnerud, who in future editions becomes a bit of a wonder kid before the word wonder kid existed. Okay, so let's kick off this one. Yep, there he is, Farnerud, sat there on the bench. I don't know what I'm doing, just checking speeds. And we'll kick off the first match of the day in this 19-hour-long show. So far it is still 0-0. Dunn's had a chance. There's very little going on at this point. Yes, Urban's brother was called Rural. He's, Urban is quite a sort of Hungarian kind of name, isn't it? And Rural, of course. This is country brother. It's 1-0 to Landskrona. They are 1-0 down, but Sahar has equalised. It's very, very soon after. What a shock that could have been if they were to take the lead and keep that for a while. An injury to Steve Finnan. Substitute-wise, we've got Robert Veron on the bench and Nicholas Elmander. As to whether he gets the position there, I think, looking at it, Elmander is probably slightly better. To hope we have experimental formations in teams. Mike Savage, there's no experimentation with your formation tonight, is there? Huge experimentation, which was mentioned last night, of course. So Elmander comes on. The goal for Landskrona scored by Nanskog, or Nanskog potentially. I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce his name yet. There we are. 13-4-1-3-2 is the other first. It's 2-1 to Landskrona, back in the lead, and Real A losing. I don't know what exactly is letting them down. Is it the fact that Sahar's equalised and made it 2-2? Maybe Chris Kirkland is a letdown factor. He's on a 5 so far. Yeah, we'll have Otis will play game 3. If they're not in game 2, they'll play game 3. Scholes has had a chance. It's half time. He's 2-2, and yet 3/4 of the shots on target for Landskrona with 2 goals, and Real 8 with 9 shots on target have not done too much. So let's take a look at this. I say I've not done too much. They are still scored twice. Nanskog with a parry from Chris Kirkland. Then a header in from Sahar from a Dunn ball in. Then he went to 2-1. And Eklund it was who beat Chris Kirkland to the ball. And the equaliser was Sahar on a loose ball, smashing it in. Landskrona play fairly well. Chetinkaya a letdown. Maybe his trial is already ending here for the Stackington new side next season. We can see that the team are okay. There's no subs planned for this team, and Sahar is looking pretty good value for money at this point. So we'll go through the game. We'll just keep playing through this match unless any substitutes are required. And Real A certainly looking like they're trying to get more into this game at this point, but match reports. Yeah, Rob loves a match report. Richard Dunn. David Dunn has just missed a chance. But it's 3-2 to Landskrona, and this is interesting here. Will they be the first team to fall to lower league opposition? Even Flamingos, I believe, did not do that. Kieran Dyer has equalised at 3-3. This is quite the match. Landskrona probably one of the hardest challenges of the day. Penalties or replays. It's 4-3 now, isn't it? Van Nistelrooy with a late goal. Will that be it? They've turned the game around. And it is 4-3 into the last few seconds of the game, and they have survived. They have survived. Sahar man of the match, a goal, 2 goals. Lee Bowie with an assist. David Dunn, an assist. Look at the shot count. I cannot believe that they have only won by 1 goal. But that must be some goalkeeping performance from the goalkeeper. It's been one of those great openings to the day, as Jim refers to. Taking a look at those other goals, which I'll have a look at these here for Real E. It's a Dyer basically put in a rebound from his own shots after having a rebound from his own shots. It's not like Van Nistelrooy to score for a Division 2 side, is it? So, scores to Van Nistelrooy running forward and smashing it in. Vanner did come off the bench with only 15 minutes to go, and now scored with 2 goals, and Eklund, the other scorer, with 1. Not a bad player at all. There, so 4-3 opening game. We're on to Conor Heller versus Dangley's. Fifey is in tonight. Good evening, Fifey. Dangley's, you've just arrived at perfect time for that. And to look at Conor Heller's fixtures last season, early this season they did play. This is Dangley's. Should be looking at Conor Heller, really, shouldn't I? They did play Radaby and only lost 3-2 earlier in the season. So it's going to be interesting to see how these get on. And will Dangley's perform? That's the question. There's an unchanged lineup, completely unchanged lineup from last time round, and a bit settled. We've got TT Camara going to be playing in his superb role. He's banned. He's banned for the game. Banned for this game. Did not even notice that he was banned. That's interesting there, isn't it? So we'll bring in TT Camara will not play. So Luis Garcia will step into the starting lineup, and on the bench will come Dirk Kuyt. Okay, he didn't seem to mention he was going to be banned. Yeah, he is definitely. Oh, he's on his 8-match ban. Of course, he's on his 8-match ban. Definitely. So, Conor Heller starting lineup, not featuring any of Jethro Jackson. What a great name that is, Jethro Jackson. He's been having a fairly decent season. Dean Saunders definitely not being put on the bench today for these. And we'll kick off and see what can come of this one while I have a little drink during this other bit. Nice cup of Bovril. Perfect for football, isn't it? And it's still 0-0. And we may be having a co-commentator joining us very soon for the rest of the show. Yeah, Jethro Jackson, of course, the brother. That was Michael that you're referring to there, Rob. It was indeed. And we are at 0-0 at half time. Very little's happened. Dangley's are under pressure compared to Conor Heller. This is incredible stuff. No substitutes planned, of course, for Dangley's. So let's just get straight into the rest of this game. And they are certainly looking like they are the side that are under pressure at this point. If the first goal, they hit the bar, Conor Heller. If they can take Radaby to 3-2, they've got a good chance against Dangley's. There's probably no doubt about it that we'll be having a co-commentator join us very soon. It's still 0-0. Dangley's are awful. The message coming from it's a goal for the Dangley's, and Peter Crouch has scored. Peter Crouch, a late goal. I cannot believe that Dangley's are going to win a game. It's only happened, twice before, but they've won. Dudek man of the match, and they scored with their only shot on target in the second half. And yeah, I'm shocked. There's the goal. It was a ball in from McAteer and Crouch. It was with a finish. Yes, keeper getting man of the match is quite a shock, isn't it? Jethro Jackson played an 8 in the game. Superb for him. Whereas for Dangley's, Bischan performing as Bischan does pretty well. Steve Harkness had to defend fairly well. And the big letdown in the match was, both Luis Garcia and Milan Baroš. So, there we are, Dudek, reviving memories of Istanbul 2005. He hasn't conceded 3, but yes, getting a man of match performance against obviously much, much better opposition. Gunnils versus Grove. Grove making a few changes to the lineup, but not too many. David James is back, but Westerveld has been picked as the goalkeeper. And we can see that Patrick Berger has got a start, and Laurent Robert has moved back to the substitutes bench for today. So he's got a chance of playing Sean Davis. Right, we were promised Otis for game 3. We'll get to Otis game now. We'll go and do exactly what I did promise. So, Otis picking a team that I don't think we've seen this formation going on before. Here it is. The O for Otis formation being used here. Jeff Whitley is captain in a very wide side for today. That is a formation that everybody is hoping will bring success. The middle of the pitch, who needs it? This is what we've got. Baker, Aspin, Jamieson, the back three, probably because they're just about the only 3 centre-backs in the squad. Rocco and Whitley, then Carl Carlson and Barakat playing wide but going inwards, and so they'll form some middle ground stuff on the attack, and then in defence, of course, Mendes and Mawson will drop back that little bit to attacking mid. So, yeah, effectively, absolutely no centre midfields going on for the entire game. But who cares? This will be exactly what the team's needed for today. I'm looking forward to this one. Definitely looking forward to it. Predictions going in. OT 6-0. Quinton is predicting here. And anyone else with any predictions? I think this could be something here. Yeah, people should use this to experiment. 6-2 prediction. We haven't seen the Eckersberg team at the moment, have we? So let's have a little look and see what we can get from this. Looking into the opposition side today, Kent Brockman there in midfield, Kent Anton. The team are entirely fake with 12-3 prediction. We have an arrival onto the chat for today. Bremner with a bruised crotch. Yes, that's true. Ding dong. Good evening, Mr. Stephen Wright.
Well, I hope it's not the twat that's taking the team with a V you're talking about, but
yes. Are you enjoying? Have you been watching the show so far? Or are you going into it completely blind?
yeah, no, completely blind so far, mate. In honesty,
Just watched Dangley's being knocked out, which was great fun by their non-league opposition.
yeah, I don't think I'd have
Well,
reacted
no,
in
it
the
didn't
same
happen.
way.
1-0 to Dangley's in the end. It was 1-0 to Dangley's. They just scraped through against a team that you beat 3-2 last season. So, yeah, Connor Heller. Looking into this team today, Oscar Vieira on the bench and Jan Duff. So bringing in some influence there. Totally fake side for Otis to play against, and you haven't seen the Otis formation. There it is.
Well, it's new, but I tell you what, when you've got the side that Mike's had to take over, you've got to try different things with them, and they are supposedly all intrinsic and can do things. So yeah, I think he why not have a go?
Let's go for it. Let's get going. Top analysis. Yeah, it's been a good chat so far. It's kept me going through these first 2 games. So into match 3, let's go. Predictions have been 6-0, 6-2, up all to OTs. Let's see how they can get on. And it's been pretty quiet so far, but it seems more OTs than their opposition. I'd love to see a goal fairly soon. We got through most of the Danglies game without one. And it's still 0-0. So there it is. Carlson. I'm watching with the opposition team for some reason. Carlson has scored the opening goal. And it's still soon time for the match of the day repeat. It's already been on, Rob. It's already been on the repeat. It's still 1-0 at this point.
I didn't want to say. I was wondering if they were playing a team of greyed out players to the rest of everybody. I thought Didn't want to. Obviously, didn't pay too much attention to the names after seeing the formation. In honesty,
And there we are. So, what do you make of the performance so far? 5 shots, 4 on target, and
yeah,
they're playing
well,
this well.
yeah, it's really solid so far. You can see there's. I mean, Will Jameson's still up to his tricks, even though he's probably not facing too much. He's going to find tackles probably all over the pitch, but yeah, really solid. And you can probably see him at least getting another goal in the second half so far.
Yes, yeah. I mean, surely we love the Ortiz side, and much more these days. I think now we've got fully committed manager and whatever. But yeah, any subs, Mike? Any subs for you at this point, or are you going to keep going? Just to let you know, San Nazario is potentially with a naughty thigh. Not until 60 minutes. Let's get going through these next little bits. And we are looking. Oh, Mawson has just put one off target. He should have scored. He should have scored. Coming close to the substitute times, and it's still 1-0. We're looking for the 6. Be Monday Night Football next season, George, George. Yeah, when this game's over with tonight. So, Mr. Savage, substitute wise, you've got San Nazario now down to 73, and Jose Mendes at 82. Remind you of your ratings. 6s for Jameson, and that's it. Everyone else 7s and above. I mean, formation wise, I think they should bring a centre midfielder on.
Was that a bit strange considering Mr. Jameson's efforts in the first half? See him tackle nearly everything that come towards him.
I don't mind being called horse, Rob. It's
Game's probably just getting bored with him doing to that many. He just thinks he hasn't done enough.
Mawson to the centre. Yeah, maybe it does. Maybe it's like he hasn't had enough to do. And bring on Benty. There we are. Daniel Bent on with Mawson in the middle. Any other subs, Mr. Savage? I'll give you just a quick time to say yes or no. And that will be perfecto. No arrow for Mawson. Backwards for Bent. That's right. That's what you got. That's right, isn't it? No arrow for Mawson. Yeah, good. Good. There we are. Bent backwards. That's what he's doing. So it's looking like it's going to be a win for Ortiz. Hopefully they'll hold on to this one. Mawson's had a chance. Carlson, there's a goal. It's Barakat who scored 2-0. The game is all over. Ortiz looking like they're going to get their first victory under Savage's management. And this is just what they needed to beat a non-league side for a confidence boost. Great experimentation. Can they make it 3? No. Okay. Yeah. Fairly decent. I don't know. I mean, Jameson's just had to do nothing, has he? That's the exact answer for why he's not done that.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, he's probably not that much to do though, so I probably won't take that much into consideration, considering how much he's done throughout the season so far. But yeah, really sorry for Mortis. I think Barakat were always looking more dangerous as game went on. They've had a better second half in terms of chances as well, and probably found themselves a bit unlucky not to get a third goal at least.
Very clear the best attributed player in the squad, isn't he? Definitely.
Yeah, without doubt.
How much?
No shadows.
Yes, that's it. Yeah, he's looking like a very, very solid player at the moment, but obviously his ratings early in the season hadn't quite worked out as well. That is the way to experiment. I don't think many teams have done formation experiments tonight, gotta say, but personal experiments in a few teams. So yeah, no shots on target there for Orkersberger. Looking into how they've done, they've been very grey. Duff did come on, but no Vieira performance today. And the goals, because we didn't have a look at the goal in the first half. We've got Carlson. Well, this Carlson, he takes the ball forward, takes on Berg, then on Bergstrom, and smashed it in. Lovely goal there. Forsberg did not move. And then for the second one, Carlson has created a goal as well, and Barakat heads it in. No chance there for Fosbury, and wonderful. So, yes, Barakat goal and assist. So we're going to go back to Grove because that's where we were before this one, and it's been great to see Mr. Savage with that victory. And Stu, yeah, as we were looking at before, on the show, just before we realised that we said we'd go to Ortiz for game 3. So no Paul Merson today as Berger steps in. And Sol Campbell is back at the heart of the defence, but David James being rested today. And Andy Cole back up front.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised not to see, if they're playing non-league opposition, surprised not to see David James up there. I saw the tweet out earlier, which was the anniversary of him playing up against Liverpool. I thought it could have been pretty apt. But yeah, I mean, to be fair, it's always a formation that Grove have played fairly regularly. They're obviously giving a couple of players a chance that haven't featured too much. I do think Berger's had a little bit of a rough end of stick up him this year. I think he probably could have played a little bit more from start. And but yeah, I mean, looking at that, there's plenty of quality in there, and you can see him winning pretty convincingly from here.
Yeah, you're going to offer Rob Air a new contract there. No Merson, yeah, no mercy. No, definitely. He's not being used today. I think, Stu's performances this season as manager of Grove has been excellent. To say that, they're 11th in the league, but they have been excellent. Quinton's going for a 4-0 win with a Cole treble. How's he going to score? Because he's a starting striker. That's my question. Grove don't get many from starting strikers.
Dario Silva's rubbing his hands with his peg leg.
Rubbing his leg. Yeah. Your prediction, Steve?
Yeah, comfortable.
Perfect hat trick. Comfortable. Let's have a look at the Gunilsa squad into this one. They have got some real players, which is all good for them today. Donatella on the bench there, Versace on there. A lovely name there of Isaac Freden Klenfeld, who I've not come across yet so far. And it's looking like it could be a bit of a player. Yallo, Antuman Yallo. Some players I've not come across at all in this team. It looks a good name there, Jonathan Rebar. Nothing to worry about, is it? Nothing to worry about that team.
It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be.
Yeah, shouldn't. And yeah, are you on the Magnus tonight, Steve?
Yeah, as per usual.
Very wise, very wise. Good choice for a Sunday morning of football, as it is there. It's still 0-0, 20 minutes in. Oh, there's Cole. How did he score that goal? Because he's got two other ways of scoring the other two. He's looking quite lively. Finnan has put one just on target. Finnan, of course, playing at wing back, which will be pleasing you.
Oh, without doubt, without a shadow of a doubt, actually, he gets a shadow as Stevie Finnan.
Yeah, he's looking so far in the game not too effective, but there's still time, isn't there? And they are only playing a lower league side. Not going to necessarily do too much in it. Any chances before?
I won't be surprised when you look at the amount of chances they've probably had. Although it looks pretty minimal from the stats, though. Really.
Yeah, shot count has been quite low, but Cole has scored. Gunilsa restricted to no shots, and only 2 on target for Grove so far. And the goal, I don't think we can really tell whether there's a perfect hat trick or not, can we? Quite often, he scored. He doesn't mention which foot he scored with. He's injured. That's the observation made from Quinton. 80%. Yeah. He'll be taken to 60 minutes. There's no plans to sub anything before. Your special friend, Steve Finnan, got to Rob.
Yeah, well, to be fair, I think it's to have somebody as your favourite player on the game who's not one of the mainstays or what everybody loves. I think it's more in favour of me loving him. But yeah, I do. To be fair, he can play anywhere across the DML line he can play DMC right over 3 and still do the same job.
Yeah.
Well, not that job that he's doing right there at this present moment, but
not the job of a 6. Fifey is coming in there with, if he scores an overhead, the headline would the headline be Biker Grove? I like that. I like that indeed. I think it would be. I think you'd have to do. Yeah, I mean, if what's his name, Gareth Ainsworth scored an overhead kick and played for Grove, I think that would be even more so with his lovely dress sense as well, the biker boy. Let's get it to 60 minutes and see what happens with this. Can they make it to? Can Cole get a goal?
I'm really glad to see Fifey in the chat after his mad night out and nursing an hangover after his 2 pints of San Miguel last night. So I hope he's feeling all right now.
It was Cole who scored the second goal, and then the substitutes just went 5 minutes later on than should have done, but Cole did score. And it's time for some substitutes. And to me, it's time for 3 changes, bearing in mind what we've got here. So Cole will come off for Silva. I do feel it's time to bring on Laurent Robert to give him a game. I think it's necessary. He can come off
Put him more in shop win, don't we?
And D'Alessandro, the other one to be withdrawn. Looking into who would play, I mean, Lauren would come on and Davis would move into centre of midfield.
Yeah, that's pretty straightforward, isn't it? I would have thought.
Yeah, there we go. Perfect. 3 subs, 2 goals, and 2 goals being substituted. But yeah, good performance from Cole. Let's see if he can get his hat trick from on the bench. Will he make it? Imagine a perfect hat trick from Dario Silva. How would that happen?
I think one of them he'll use his fake leg as like a baseball bat in box,
holding it in his teeth. It's a comfortable 2-0 win. We've seen a 2-0 win so far from another team. And yes, good to see Grove have progressed and restricted their opponents to no shots at all. Wonderful stuff. The second goal was scored. It says he's put it in with the other foot and his head at the same time. Lovely. So he did get his perfect hat trick with just 2 goals. Fantastic. Yep, good performance there from Cole. Sean Davis, very good in the air. And Smirteen, Sol Campbell. Yeah, good to have Sol Campbell back in. A 6. Seems a bit unfair. Probably they just didn't have much to do.
I mean, I do think his team's fairly strong, considering it's a cup game and where cup's it's never going to see itself through either. So I'm a little bit surprised to see how strong his team were. I would have thought people like Islop and Curtis would have maybe had a game from start at least, but no, it's really solid. I think I think that's what you want to look for if you're playing a non-league team, regardless of trying to score 4, 5, 6, 7 goals. If you negate them to no shots and certainly not on target, I think you've done your job more than enough.
Yeah, 21 players. Well, no, more than 21 players. 24, 27 players failed to hit the target during that match. Only Andy Cole had a shot on target, as Quinton has mentioned there. Incredible stuff. The weirdest link to a perfect hat trick, Dario G. Not Dario S. Dario G. I mean, how good would that be? Yeah, lovely goal. I'd love to see. Yeah, Dario G is named after Dario Gradi indeed, which is probably not the best name to have these days. At least they were called Barry B, and they could have been much worse.
Or Kit C.
Kit C. Yeah, it's when teams have 3 kits and they have a choice of Kit A, Kit B, and Kit, which they put in a certain file. Yeah, look at the passing there from Sean Davis as well. A 9. No wonder he got a 9 with that performance. Smirty, 7 interceptions. Has only earned him a 7. And I don't actually think he is, Rob, but, maybe you're predicting the future. So, Gullringen versus Blues. Blues, who at the moment second in the league, they've gone for some changes to the lineup today, and they've picked a team that involves seeing Ashley Cole getting into the squad for the first time this season.
Ooh, on left wing as well. That's going to be an interesting. I mean, I do remember his actual spell going on loan at Crystal Palace before he made his way into the Arsenal team where he played on left wing for Palace. But yeah, interesting to see a left back who, I mean, I think Roberto Carlos is obviously known for, if you look at him in the other side of the game, he's sort of defender, attacking midfield left. But see Cole there is a little bit different, and I'm
Yeah,
interested to see him.
yeah. Effectively, these are two players who can play at fullback or wing back and can't play in midfield that are playing the two midfield roles. So it'll be great to see the two wide midfielders of Ashley Cole and Mike Duff. Good to see how they get on.
I've had stuff hard enough though playing on right wing, depending on like team you played. So I think I do think sometimes that what they say they can or can't do in the higher echelons of the database a little bit. I wouldn't say false at times because they are, but obviously you can get numbers out of people, and Duff can do it on right wing. Like I say, it's cool. It's cool. It's a bit more interesting to me.
Yeah, Duff has played pretty well in this sort of role for Quinton, and I've done a few little games where Duff's been playing up there, and it's worked pretty well. Did it as a sub to begin with, and then played him there for a match. It was very very effective. I suppose it's just kind of like compared to their best, they don't play as well there. But if you're as good as Duff, you could probably play anywhere.
Yeah, probably. So I agree with that, mate.
He's certainly in another position for another team later on tonight. Cashley Cole, yeah, Cashley Cole. I mean, he's taken, uh, about way more than 55 grand to get him to play a match. His wages, what's he on? 5 grand a week, and he's taken what 20 weeks to get into the team, so 100 grand a game. That's You won't get out of bed for less than that. Let's see how they get on against Goring, and he can. Blues must have a squad number list, but I don't have the list to hand, unfortunately. So apologies to Mr. Dunning. When we have a look and give Ashley Cole a number, he can have the number. If he had the number 30, he's certainly not in the way. He's not played all season. He can have number 30. There we are. Goringen, the opposition, and taking a look into the side, they have real players, so they're not that low down. And I'm quite interested in Patrick Vernehal. Not a great player, but I just thought his name sounded quite good. And Bjorn Street. So, yeah, I think they should be able to get past these. 16th tackling, 12th positioning. Not going to be the worst defender in the world. Might be an Otis candidate in future things if Otis were still to exist, which I'm sure they won't. But they will still exist in biscuit form. Prediction?
Oh, 6-0 here from Blues.
If they don't get 4 or 5 at least, they'll be disappointed. So they've kicked off, and it seemed like so far we've got Goringen doing stuff, but then Mike Duff has scored from his position further forward up the pitch with an assist from Cole. Quinton went for 4-0, obviously on the delay, so I'm going to give him that since we're 15 minutes into the game, but he clearly wasn't watching the match at the time. Joe Cole playing as well, of course, 2 different Coles in the side. It took me that long to realise there were 2.
Yeah, I mean that were always going to happen, wasn't it? With the something were going to happen with the midfield left and right the way we were talking about, and there's Maxim getting himself involved
with an assist from Joe Cole, and Sigalko this time with an assist from Totti. So 3-0. I think your 6 is looking pretty strong. Can they make it 4 before half time? So close again. Collins and Totti with chances, but we're now at half time, and Sigalko's on a 10. Solid.
The most surprising thing there, even though we're playing non-league opposition, is Totti having an 8. Sorry, still baffles me. Always got that. He just completed most of his passes. So yeah.
Has he dribbled? That we with a football yet once? Not really doing a whole load, are they? I know Blues are usually a 60-minute kind of sub team. I'm just checking whether we've got any instructions for subs. It'll be same as usual, won't it? Bad or tired at 60 for this team.
But he has stuck his foot in a bit. Though I'll give him that a little bit of credit, which I don't like doing at all. But he's won 3 tackles. Playing against mediocre players, though, it's all right doing it against like non-league opposition, isn't it?
No, like Blues are as dominant as any side in the division, but their conversion rate is disappointing. 5 shots on target out of 12, indeed, and only Sigalko. I mean, Joe Cole's missed 3 chances. He's got an assist, missed 3 chances. Let's see if they can get anything in that second half.
Yeah, I do. To be fair, I think the Blues are like the free-scoring Swindon Devils in the Super League and destined for championship titles everywhere.
Yeah, I thought you referred to them as wasteful. No, very attacking force, aren't they? Very attacking force. Sigalko's had another chance. We're looking for substitutes now. Bad or tired at 60. I don't know if anyone's on a 6. No. I mean, at this point, you'd do nothing, would you?
They've not even got out of first gear, have they? Really,
There's absolutely
to
no
be that
need.
far.
Unless any of these 84s are actually injured, then I'm going to do nothing with the team. Sigalko's just always unfit. Natural fitness is a bit lower, isn't it? Yeah, let's just give him a run out to the end of the game. I do like a substitute, but there's no point. There's Sigalko with his hat trick and assist from David Collins this time round. Still 4-0 as it is. Quinton is currently right on the predictions. Will it hold out till the end of the game? Joe Cole has hit the target for a change. 5-0 it is. And a goal from Ibrahim Said with no big crazy run. If only. 10 for Totti. 10 for Totti. He's
Against
given an
garbage.
assist. Yeah, but I mean, it takes a lot to get him up there. He finishes with a 10, but obviously Sigalko takes the man of the match. Did they improve their accuracy? Yes, indeed they did. Just.
Just
5. Yeah, they got a 50% shot accuracy in the second half compared to what we on something in the 40 odds before. Yes, much better. Gullringen did have a shot. I think that was in the first half. Match report for goals. So a Duff header from a Cole Cross. Wasn't that Duff a header, it went in. Then Joe Cole into Sigalko, easy finish. Totti to Sigalko, speculative. Lovely. Yeah, it's definitely not a reserve lineup, is it? But it is partly second string Sigalko's performances. Has he played much for this team? I'm thinking. He played a 1-2 with Collins and scored. Lovely. Sigalko for his hat-trick goal. And Said with a header from a Joe Cole corner. So was that 2 Joe Cole assists? Yeah. Sigalko just played 4 matches this season and has 4 goals.
yes, it's a nice way of bringing his average up.
55 passes. He certainly was not just a striker this game. It's very rare to see him creating so many chances as well.
No, he's completed more passes than anybody else in the team as well, hasn't he? Considering he's probably had the ball at his feet more than anybody in the team. So no, it's really, really good from Maxim. Is that really is?
So if he'd have held on to that ball, just think how many goals he could have got. Well, obviously, if he held on to the ball, he wouldn't shoot it. But you know what I mean. You know what I mean.
I mean, I know Totti spraying balls into the stands. He's had one on target, and he's spraying balls into the stand and still managed to get a 10. I think there must have been some female adjudicators on the ratings board this evening.
Totti. So, the team with the really sort of slightly difficult team name to pronounce, not 76ers. It's something like Hairham or something like that. It's like Hairham, but kind of that pronunciation to it. It's not a sk sound or a sh sound or anything like that. It's like a at the beginning. Very strange name to pronounce. Up against 76ers, and 76ers missing Milevsky, missing Duff, but of course have made a couple of changes to their starting lineup, which sees Cafu in for Duff and Milevsky missing out for Takanadi. Other than that, it's exactly the same team that played last time, so clear experimentation in the cup.
Yeah, it's really strong lineup in it. And they've also got some really strong players not playing at this present time as well. I mean, I do like that. For me, I'd rather have Takinari playing there with Riquelme at centre on his own than the Arrow. But you know, it's a extremely strong lineup. And again, looking at the players that are on the field, you've got to be looking at another at least 4 or 5 win. At least looking at that.
Well, these are the cup holders, obviously, as well, beating Los Oracas in that final, the 5-4 aggregate win. For 76ers, Los Hughes in practice, at one point I think they hit 7 goals, and he's hoping for 5 or more tonight. That will be great for him. Just to check the rules, it's a golden goal extra time if needed, and a penalty shootout. So that's something, golden goal extra time. I think we might have seen that last season at one point. I'm not entirely sure whether it came up on anything. Quinton's going for 6-0, and you were going for...
I'll go 5. It always just seems to be a thing that just sort of holds it back on game when it should really be real floodgates opening, doesn't it?
Indeed. There's always something. It never can get to like 7 or 8 goals or anything like that. Until it can, because obviously he's had 7 in practice. But yeah, Hairham for their team today. Jimmy Edvardson in goal. Nothing to worry about too much, although he has been playing quite well in his division. Fifey going for 5-1. 5-1. Obviously, we have had one team really conceding 3 goals today. Savage going for 4-0. The captain, Per Anders Eliasson. They're not bad. They're not a bad team.
We're really playing an non-league team.
Yeah, lower league. They were playing Landskrona, the team with Farnerud and players like that. Yeah, 4-3. They took a late victory. Van Nistelrooy with a late winner. 15 goals in one game last night. Yes, we did indeed. But Fifey, I mean, there wasn't even. I mean, what was the formation by the end of the game? Something like a 2-4-4 with no. Well, sorry, must be a 3-3-4 with no goalkeeper.
To be fair, the attempts on goal were absolutely incredible considering the result at the end of the game as well.
Yeah, just basically everything went in apart from one, wasn't it, for them? And that was probably pre Nick Bertoni's red card. It's still nil, but Sigalko gets his 4th in just over a game and a bit, making it 1-0. He's had 2 shots on target already, and Hairham not really putting any sort of threat in whatsoever. Looks like it's going to be more 0 than 1. The Swemp ethics panel looking in. It didn't sit the best with me for a team playing with no goalkeeper to it. But the accusations of tampering with stuff or whatever, certainly not. Sigalko makes it 2-0. Yeah, if a team doesn't pick a goalkeeper on the bench, and then I didn't even notice there was no goalkeeper. But that was a decision, and it ended up backfiring, just as it did for Atletico and New Mills as well. Stacking should be forced to have no goalkeeper. Like, it's not me that did anything. 2-0 at half time, and Sigalko has been pretty dominant, and that is how to shoot, but not how to score.
Yeah, I think you're a little bit disappointed if you've had 12 on target. Keeper's got to be on a 9 at least on the other side.
It's that there, isn't it? 16 goals in 17 games. It's just this team, for as good as they are struggling to score goals. Let's have a look at the goalkeeper. Jimmy Edwards, 9 in the first half. We looked at 2 players. We looked at the one on 9 and the one on a 5. What a
I mean,
contrast between the two.
looking at it, it was a massive problem for Rugby, dominating games and getting loads of chances and not being able to convert them. But without really noticing the amount of goals scored, I think it has been overshadowed by 76ers for no apparent reason, really. Again, when you look at players in the team, it's so it's a little bit difficult to comprehend
It's
why
quite
it's happening.
complexing, isn't it? Yeah, that the team are not scoring goals. There's nothing. Obviously, there's no player instructions going on. His team instructions are normal. There's nothing out of the ordinary. It's bad luck. You make a
Yeah.
new season next season, and they could just come out scoring every game. So we'll see if they can get anything here. The only one sub planned, I think it is a definite sub this time rather than a thingy sub. Yeah, Kesman for Sigalko is the only substitute that will be made at 60 unless forced anything else. Can he make it a hat trick before this time? He'll be gutted to go off, won't he, if he's only on 2 goals. He's coming close, 7 shots, 5 on target. I mean, I wouldn't take Sigalko off, but this is what we're going to do. He is going to come off, I suppose, rest him. But there are 2 weeks before the next game. There's internationals in between. Sigalko off, Kesman on, and let's see if Kesman can do anything towards this. Certainly the game's slowed down a bit, hasn't it? There's been fewer chances at this point.
Yeah, I mean they've sort of took their foot off the gas really, and they're looking at it.
So no looking like 6 or 7 or anything like that, but very
A bit,
comfortable. It's a
a quick,
goal! It's 2-1. It's 2-1. Kheham coming into the game now. Can
a
they get
quick
one
count.
back?
Oh, they've 17. They've only had 3 more. Oh, they've only
Marquinhos
had
disallowed.
3 more attempts on goal in the second half than did in the first. So, yeah, I agree. I think it shows their the unluckiness of sort of the attacking quality they've got.
Hugely unlucky for what they can do. Yeah. Well done to Kheham for pulling a goal back. 76ers. Yeah, there's absolutely no explanation as to why they're not getting more goals. I mean, is it Dennis Romano? I don't think so. He's not. Oh, actually, his season's been terrible, hasn't it?
He's awful. I don't rate him whatsoever on game. I can't. I bet I've had him. I bet I count on one hand the amount of times I've had him on games. I just don't like him.
I can't work
But
out where he plays at his best prop. Obviously say he's attacking midfield forward and whatever, but I've struggled to put him somewhere.
I think I've seen a few people saying they play him up front just because of his sheer pace and what have you. But I'd just rather not buy him, not play him at all.
He has got good off the ball. Yeah, something about that. If you can retrain into a centre, that would be really good. But yeah, a brick wall around the Hares 6-yard box is probably a good way to summarise things. Attacking Hardy with plenty of passing going on. Kaladze from left back getting quite involved during this game, winning all his headers. Assists from Riquelme and Cafu. Yep, yeah, not a comfortable win, but Wiesenthof was never in doubt. Ekhagen versus Trumpton. And Trumpton for today have gone with, as long as I have set the team up. Yes, I have. Yeah, lovely.
I mean, they were always going to be something of an ilk.
And why not? Yeah,
I
do
think
look forward to seeing the Trumpton formations.
I think looking at it, you got to. If Warner were actually in DM and Burkamp were an AM on East Central, you're actually looking at Roxy's penis formation, aren't we? Near enough. So, yeah.
Oh, Quinton has referred to it as that as well.
Yeah, it's not far off. It's, well, there's players running behind the strikers. There's players running where there's no players, and then you've got Ornery and Bergkamp going for a big cuddle in the middle. Everybody just running around him, and yeah, it's going to be an interesting.
So yeah, Dunkley's playing this formation would be interesting, wouldn't it? Oh, do you know? I never even noticed that at all. All I was thinking when I started setting up the team, I was just thinking like, down at this end of it, it was like baseball kind of. Just sort of thinking like baseball thing, and then you all got dirty minds. Nah, Fifey, you can't go to bed. You don't have to go to bed. No one does. That's arrows on everyone, isn't it? Apart from the goalkeeper. And that's what you
Yeah,
need.
it's Okoronkwo. I don't really like where he is, and Kivu. To be fair, going into midfield from wing back, it's
Quinton.
yeah. But then again, they're playing non-league opposition, and let's be honest, it shouldn't really matter, should it?
No.
But we know it's liable to throw up an upset to win it at times.
So a couple of no, there aren't any fake players in it. So we've got here Richard Hiller, um, defender striker, and there's Simon Farr. They're not going to cause much problem in a three for finishing. Pretty much Wayne Wasilic in disguise. Saving, yeah. I mean, this could be if they play to their potential. What we're looking at, at least four,
Yeah, it should be. It
even
should be.
with
Yeah.
runs. I'd love to see this team get about 8 and everyone taking arrows on everywhere. Definitely fair play to him for experimenting, but would we expect anything less from Big Kid? The opposition going cautious. Fifey's gone 3-1 with his prediction. So when the opposition going cautious and Trumpton don't go cautious, what will we get from this game? There's Lee Bowyer, 1-0 inside 10 minutes. Ferguson's put one off target. And Trumpton looking comfortable so early in the match. Vizitsky with a chance as well. It's just this is the kind of formation that it'd be nice to see in the league. See how it works against another team.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Dennis Bergkamp. Now, knowing the success of Sigalko today, it only makes sense for them to bring him on.
Yeah, you can. And it's hard to argue against that point, isn't it, when he's got 5 in 2 games.
Yeah, I mean, it would be nice to see Agahauer on the pitch, but yeah, definitely. Yeah. Fitting that Boyer has scored in this formation. Kivu makes it 2-0. Kivu's put another shot. He's had 3 shots already, Christian Kivu. Very involved in the first half. And yeah, Ekhagen, nothing going on whatsoever. And Trumpton, yeah, a little bit more effective than 76ers, but still 2-0 at half time.
Yeah, I mean it's been more than solid. Kivu were always probably liable to do something when I said I don't like him, let alone a wing back running at centre midfield. But he's got plenty enough attributes to be able to do it. It's just whether it works or not. I think Bergkamp going off, Maxim coming on, and probably standing him in a little bit of better stead coming into the second half. But they've got, if you look at their 1, 2, 3 eights, they've got another gear in them to not be great, but just be more comfortable and maybe put another couple of goals in second half. I think.
Yeah, should certainly get something from this second half, shouldn't they? Hornquist on an 8 in goal, so yeah, he's been doing okay in the second half. We'll see if we can get to 60 minutes. If any substitutes are made, Sigalko's had another shot. Yeah, his first shot for these. He's had 3 shots now, and it's 3-0 though. And it was a goal from Barry Ferguson. He's too busy counting numbers. And so Okoronkwo's played a ball in. So we're pretty much for 60 minutes. And to me, Thierry Henry's the other sub.
Mm.
You won't want a groin injury on this formation. Fantastic. Bergkamp with a bad foot. So Henry off. Oh, yeah, good job again. No player instructions on. Henry off, and yeah, Agahauer would just slot in up front and see how he gets on. Simple as. 3-0. Can they make it 4? Can they make it 5? Who knows? Currently, nothing going on since the subs.
Considering the standard of the the home team, there were quite a lot of play there, weren't there?
Very much so. Sigalko caused an injury to one of the opposition players, and since then we've had almost nothing. But why not take it easy? I suppose at this point. Oh, a chance for Ekhagen right at the end of the game. Their only shot on target compared to the 16 from Trumpton. The goal from there we are. Ferguson's goal looks like a decent move. So Sigalko, yeah, the goalkeeper's done it on Ferguson to Henry to Sigalko, saved by the keeper. Ferguson puts it in. Not actually that decent. Yeah, improved all 7s, 8s, 9s, and Sigalko man of the match.
Yeah, I'm surprised to see Frey on a 7 there, considering
He's done nothing.
Yeah, he's done nothing. But yeah, I mean, Maxim again carrying his good form throughout the night, and yeah, but it were solid. I think Musk got the job done. Took the foot off the gas, and they they didn't really have to. I think looking at I think when you look at the condition of some of them as well, they've done a fair bit of running.
Yeah, they have
whereas
actually.
Sometimes you get to end of games against some of these non-league sides, and everybody's still in the
90s or whatever, yeah.
late 80s, early 90s. So, but yeah, let's hope it hasn't injured him too much, because obviously there's quite a lot of his main team in there as well. But yeah, good win for him through to the next round of the unimportant cup, and it's a win, like you say, that'll just hopefully bring him back into a bit of form. Now he's got 3 goals, he might be able to find a bit more of a goal scoring touch in league.
Who knows? Let's just take a quick look at the Swedish Cup as to when the next fixtures are. The next fixtures are played in September, so that will be during the season, but there's only one more round, so effectively one more friendly left before it goes to the next season. So,
Thank God.
I know, and this will be 13 of them in this. So Los Aracas, well, going as unchanged as possible from last time round. Dan Hazard submitted his squad the other day, said he wanted to use for the Blues and for the game against Orland. And Alan Smith's missing, Shearer's in, and Kluivert is on the bench.
Yeah, I like the look of that.
Yeah, let's just check the last result then against Blues. Yeah, they only lost 2-1 to Blues with it. It was interesting.
It's very different from what they've been playing for the majority of the season. Duff, I have played Duff at right over three centre defensive midfielders. Here now, I'm not so sure of why he's running there, but it's strong.
6 last game. Maybe you've got a point. Well, I'm pretty sure you do have a point because he's not central at all, is he? But
no, definitely not. But there's a lot of players in that team that I really, really like, and one of them's actually coming to Millwall in time for season 4 of David Cherny. Oh no, yeah, Riquelme's already signed, but Dyer's coming on.
Yeah.
And you've got some good players. I'm surprised I haven't seen the arrows like on Duff and Hart on Ronaldinho and Salakovic. In fairness, especially with Ronaldinho's positioning, but these like Mr. Fortune has just said there, you can't see anything but a comfortable win for the Iraqis guys here.
Yes. I mean, what is 5 in the magpie thing? 4 for sorrow, 2 for joy, 3 for a girl, 4 for a boy, 5 for what? 5 for a victory. So I don't know.
He was
Let's.
beating a non-league team in the Swedish Cup. Sorry. Hmm.
The Swedish. Oh, it's nearly Carl Carlson refereeing. Holland have very few real players. Fake David Beckham on the bench there. So look at their real players. Nicholas Svanteson. Um, yeah, not a lot to say about him. And Andreas Lunt is the Wimbledon striker,
That's
isn't
what I was looking at that.
he? Amir Shea Renegar. Seems okay. Actually, seems okay for that. 3 for passings, always a good one. That'll be intrinsic. 5 for silver, 6 for gold, 7 for a secret never to be told. Thank you very much, Quinton, for giving me your 5 for silver. I was thinking 5 for young, 5 for old, 6 for old. Uh,
I don't think I've ever seen any more than one in my life, in honest.
it was a year of what, one magpie at once. Do you ever see
Yeah,
magpies in pairs?
I think they don't. I think they stay away from Bradford. To be fair,
You've some
even
of the
Magpies know where bread's buttered. It's not in Bradford.
sorrowful magpies.
That's all that's left in Bradford.
Looking, we enjoying this game from unknown stadium. 1-0 Jonathan Woodgate opens the scoring. Yeah. And Shearer makes it 2-0. Are we only going 5 here? Killed by the smog. It's not Middlesbrough. 2-0.
Yeah, come back.
Emre is carrying an injury. Definitely. Shearer makes it 3-0. I think Emre is going to be withdrawn at half time if he survives that long. And it's comfortable. It is very, very comfortable. Baraka's reached the final, of course, last time. So they know what it's like to play in the cup. And yes, we will take Emre off the pitch at this point and monitor Shearer certainly as well. That's how to be clinical with your shooting.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, clinical, what word I was thinking of, I was going to say, I think it's probably most clinical looking at it in terms of when you're picking up on chances they've had. You could quite easily see they've put a few of what they actually had away. So, no, big kudos for Dan for trying something a bit different with arrows as well. I'm
Yeah,
interested in Ian Hart's rating, but apart from that, no, you can see him going on and scoring probably 5 by end of game. Would have thought.
yeah. Dan has a back with a vengeance, isn't he? With the way he's coming after a little bit of a break, he's back in and thought hard about his formation and got something out of it this game so far. So yeah, a rebound for Woodgate, and then Riquelme into Shearer with a header. A surprise to see Shearer heading the ball, and then Shearer with a header again. 2 headers, Riquelme supplying the assists. Hart on a 7.
Yeah, he's doing all right, isn't he? He's completed every pass. That's probably where his seven's come from because he's done no else other than just.
Yeah, absolutely nothing else. You're right. He's obviously stood there.
But it's as I say, is what it is. Probably running to that central role probably doesn't suit him. But when you play in the standard opposition that he's playing, it shouldn't really matter much, should it? So
No, no. I'm just having a look at the subs bench, and obviously Emre coming off means it's got to be a Newcastle player coming on. For me, I don't know what you think about this, but I'd be tempted to put Ronaldinho into the centre and Laurent Robert out wide.
yeah, I think you're probably right there.
Oh, right clicking again. I'm always there. Like I said, definitely could not manage Super League, could I? This sort of stuff.
I've got a mouse at work, and it's very sensitive to touch. And the way I hold my mouse, my finger does straight to random right clicks on everything.
No, it's just me on the
Unshot.
mouse pad. I'm just not used to being like the old mouse pad was a little bit narrower, so I'm just kind of in the same position with the hand. So just move slightly over,
Oh,
and all will be good. So yeah,
Mouse pads are for heathens, they're for the devil. Can't do with them.
this one's fairly comfortable. Look at the opposition there. A 4 for the goalkeeper there, John Krantz. And Arneson, Svensson's on a 7 for the real players. Lovely to see. Anyway, to the second half, 3-0 as it is. So 3 Magpies so far. No smog getting at these ones. And can they make it 4 before the subs? Can Shearer get himself a hat trick in his last couple of minutes before he goes off? Nope. And he's going to come off because he's looking a bit injured. Yes, he's got a naughty foot. And Riquelme thigh. Would you make all 3, or they are through effectively? Would you
It's
flick
just
it?
crazy. Isn't it? Every single game there seems to be like potential injuries.
Plenty.
It's
Has to be Clivert.
yeah, it's a strange one, isn't it?
I don't know. I think we'll leave Riquelme on because it's only 85. Could just be a little thing here, and just in case Costanzo goes off, then let's keep it. There we are, 3-0. Unknown Stadium, looking like a great ground for Newcastle for Iraqis to visit this match. Oh, Clivert's had a chance. He hasn't quite pulled it off, but I don't know. I think we want to see more goals. We want to see more goals today. The first match produced 7. Just been a bit short since. Blues obviously got a few. Must be a way to disable that right clicker. Yeah, he'd probably just punch me or something. Holland have pulled a goal back. He's 3-1. Just break his hands. He's 3-2. Unbelievable comeback here. 3-2. Well, we did not expect that whatsoever. And 3-2 it is. Shearer man of the match. And
Yeah, I mean, I think that it's a little bit harsh on Iraqis, but I think it's well played to the non-league side. They've had a real go in second half, haven't they?
yeah, they were so comfortable. They were so comfortable during that game. I think complacent is probably the word for later on. Look at that for a comeback towards the end. The third goal is on the first half, wasn't it? Yeah, so there's nothing else to look at in the match report. I think Rob's probably got to bed, so he won't be commenting on it. And for Iraqis, yeah, Shearer, man of the match. Selakovic looking fairly lively. Ian Hart with a 7. I think Ian Hart with a 7 shows, yeah, that's not exactly the most effective thing that you could do.
No, but he's obviously missed a couple of passes off in the second half, but he's won a tackle out of 2, and 7's probably steady away in it for what he's done.
Yeah,
But rest of the team, majority of them been really good. And
every outfielder to complete the match for them to play the full 90 minutes has been on an 8 apart from Hart. Or a 9, if it's over 10.
no, they're good value for it, really. And considering they're quite, I'd probably say, what did you finish with 18? So they had 11 attempts in the second half. So as much as they conceded to, they had a bit more of a go. Probably left themselves a little bit open the way they went at it in the second half. But no, a win's a win. A win's a win, but might worry Dan a bit and make him rethink it, conceding 2 against non-league opposition with very little real players when it comes back to getting involved in proper league fixtures.
Ooh, Ellsby versus Stackington Colliery. Stackington who don't change formation but change personnel. Seeing players who haven't played much this season coming in, and a few players having to play just due to numbers. So no captain selected, of course. Captain Dr. Kamalo going back into the side for today. Kamalo with Elbear in attacking midfield. Tommy Mutton playing up front. Followed in Cove. 6 subs names. You're absolutely right. Yeah, I've named 6 subs, which is my own mistake. and I will stick by it, making 5 subs. So thank you very much. I will not make a sixth change. I'll not put Kirsten on the bench. I think I've clicked someone by accident, but that's the team I've selected, so I'll stick with it. Vordenkov, Paulo Sergio, Song Jong-kook in midfield, Selness playing defensive mid, and Sylvestre and Duff getting a chance. So yeah, Mike Duff playing, as you mentioned before, Steve, right side of a back three. Oh no, you mentioned right side
Yeah,
of defensive midfield, didn't you, before? But yeah.
yeah, I think he can do a job there, can't he? He's well, as everybody knows, when it went to 0.68, he become just a defender right centre. So, but his stats he can play anywhere in and around that little area there. And again, you can't see past any other than a comfortable win, really. Especially with form stacking have been pretty decent, and they over the last few weeks.
Yeah,
Maybe had
form's
one.
certainly looking okay. Obviously, big defeats there to teams that beat them earlier in the season as well. But apart from that, it's been we've got
It's been
five
really good.
five wins, 5 wins recently. So yeah, not too bad at all. Disappointed not to see Keane. He's deserved a little rest. He's been used quite frequently recently. So yeah, much better. 20 goals conceded in 15 games. Just Google it. Fabian Barthez. Uh,
I think.
that's 15 and 20 for Keane. 10 in
Yeah,
3 for Barthez.
I think his performances. I think he's just dried up a bit, so it's nice to let him reassess his position and
Finishing 4.
lovely stuff.
Well, Aylesby. Another urban. Ibrahim Cole. He sounds good.
That's a
Uh,
superb name.
Olaf Sigalko on the bench there as well. Yeah, he's probably better than some of the Otis forwards, you're right. Yeah, so real player wise, one, Robert Engman, who, yeah, that's a Wasilician style striker, isn't it?
Yeah, he's aggressive.
With
I
with
think he,
with assists. Benny Beck, yeah, Benny Beck looks like a good player, doesn't he, as well, with his lovely name. Not a lot to say about this team. Stacking to predictions, anyway, predictions.
yeah, again, especially with form. Like I say, he's taken to a couple of big defeats out of it. It's been pretty solid and pretty routine for stacking in over the last probably 7 or 8 game weeks. So yeah, can't, again 3-4-0 with possibility of a couple more if it really clicks.
Yeah, I mean, part of me sort of thinks, should I have played Yahya in as an attacking mid instead of Elbert? But Elbert's played so infrequently recently that he's due a start. He's not scored for Stackington yet. So attacking mid, Tommy Morton up front, obviously not scored for Stackington yet. Dr. Kamalo has scored in the cup. So that's 5-0's the order of the day from Quinton and from Jim. Well, so far, not a lot going on. As Song Jong Kook has the first chance of the game. He's quite heavily involved at this point. He's doing a decent job in the team. And he's had another chance, Song, as well. 2 shots so far. Mutton has had one off target. Kamal has missed. Kamoon has missed. And it's still 0-0. What we half an hour into the game, Mr. Savage was going for 4-1 to Stackington. They need a goal. They need a goal to get going. Otherwise, it's going to get tense. Elbert's hit the frame of the goal, and this could be half time 0-0. Anything, please, please. Yep, half time 0-0. Very, very, yes, is the best way to describe it. Yeah, certainly looking at that, 5 shots out of 9 on target, but not a lot else.
Yeah, it's fairly steady. Obviously, keeping the home side down to nothing at all is probably in a bit better stead. I'd like to see a little bit more from your front line, but it is what it is, and sometimes players, even though they're good in the game, will get dragged down to level of opposition they're playing against.
Yes, and not having Ulf Kirst on the bench means that the striking options are limited. There is, there's probably 2 or 3 players on the bench who actually could play up front. So it's not the worst of situations, but they do need a goal. Elbert, 7 attempted headers, 1-1. And of course, his shot hit the frame. Let's get the second half going. Can they get a goal? Mutton has missed. There's going to have to be substitutes here. Looking for how it goes. Paulo Sergio's had chances. He's not gone in either. Good save for the goalkeeper this time. Duff makes the opening goal. The centre back has scored the opening goal. Wow. A centre back with the goal. Dot Kamalo is not injured, but he is tired. I think he'll come off, and Agat will play in his position. And the second sub is, it's going to be Albert. I can't see anything about Giovanni Albert, which means he should be kept on the pitch. And coming on instead will be Romoshenko in an attacking position for the first time as well. So, when shall kick off the rest of the game? And can they make it 2? Oh, Mutton's had a chance. He just cannot put the ball in the net. He's really struggling this season. He's certainly not quite had the impact that we hoped, as in could have scored 2 or 3 goals. He has none so far. 1-0 is all it is. There's still pressure on. The opposition coming back with a chance. It's 2-0. Didier Agat with the goal. With an assist there. Is it Selnes or Sergio with that assist? Romoshenko's on disallowed. And they're looking to make it to 3. Romoshenko with the goal for 3. And just about doing alright with this. Ibrahim Cole with something there. End of the match. And yeah, so Steve, did you watch the game? I do believe he's fallen asleep. It wasn't that boring a game. It wasn't that boring a game. He is he's not snoring yet, but he's asleep. I mean, I could end the Zoom call, but he's yeah. Anyway, to have a look into his Mikhail Silvestre was the only outfield player not to have a shot. Paulo Sergio's 48 passes was great. The team has done alright there. Yeah, 3-0. They could have done much better. 23 shots, 13 on target. Ellsby with chances. And without a shadow of a doubt, co-commentator is having a sleep. And it's his team are on now. Wonderful. Wonderful stuff. Let's take a look at what he selected. It's a good job you pick it live on stream. So, yeah. Oh, this is right. There's a mistake. There is a mistake in the selection there. It's definitely that Radaby is a centre back. And Cannavaro is on the right hand side. So to correct that, Zanoni, Vieira, Veron. Yep, Tomanera up front. He's in need of games. He looks like one of the players in more form. So, yeah. We've got a little bit of a snow. I'm not sure indeed, but we'll find out shortly. Predictions for this game. as we have a little look at the opposition's Oliver Kahn captain. Visby, they do have some. It's pretty much a real team, isn't it? Alexandros Papas, not Greek. Not Greek, probably is Greek. Upset about losing his place in the team. He's starting. And yeah, very. I might mute the. I think I'm going to mute the co-commentator if I can actually manage to do so. Stay to sleep for the whole game and 0-3. I'm just going to need to make some slight adjustments to my Zoom. 1 second. There we are. Let's see if we can get back on with the action. 3-0 anyway, and Anders Matzer is playing in this game. Wonderful. Don't recognise any of the players, to be honest, at all. Victor Pasha. Was it a snore? It wasn't not a snore. I have muted the situation at the moment to be. There we are. And yes, let's have a look. So, anyway, time to kick off this one. So far, it is comfortable. Oh, Radaby, this is the first game in charge of golf for Stephen Wright. Yes, that's why the commentary was slow. Stephen Wright has taken over. Verona scored the opening goal. We'll get back onto the Radaby side. Verona scored 2. What a change. Let's see the Radaby team. Absolutely, yes, yeah. Noticed just before it came onto the chat thing that you're absolutely right. I was looking at the wrong team. So 2-0. 2 goals for Verona. Patrick Vieira makes it 3-0. Very, very comfortable so far. Verona onto a 10. Vieira on an 8. And without a shadow of a doubt, they're going to be going in the lead at half time. Very, very comfortable. Tomadera with chances. I think it's looking rather simple for these. And it is.
I apologise. I don't know what happened. I didn't unmute that purposely. I don't know what happened. I apologise.
We muted you because you were snoring.
I'm not surprised, mate. We were a late night last night. I've had a long day today, and yeah,
we're back on. Good stuff. Yeah, I just muted you briefly. Yeah, that's why the prediction there was that you were going to sleep the whole game. Jim, you're wrong. It is 3-0 at half time, but you. Anyway, Stephen Wright's doing well in charge here. It's 3-0 at half time.
Yeah, showing me up a little bit, really, for what I did. Yeah, I think Ronaldinho's performing pretty well for him there, and Veron doing decent stuff. But still a little bit of another level to come from a few players as well. So I think, I think it's pretty solid, and
you want to protect Collins?
Yeah, I think it's probably the say that though. If we swap him with with Bowyer and swap Bowyer and Veron around.
Oh, Veron chasing his hat trick. Let's see if he can get there.
Put him in a bit more of an advanced position.
Yeah. Take you to 60 just in case you want to make any changes at this point. Yeah, 3-0, very comfortable. Shot wise, 6 out of 7 on target. Looking very comfortable. As it is, Tomadera gets the goal for 4-0. It's the kind of goal fest that your team needed, isn't it?
Yeah, if me in charge, it'd have been 1-0, and we'd have scraped through. But new guy with a pissing V in his name. Not spelt right, but
that's why we did it. Ronaldinho 84. I don't know if he's carrying any injuries. No, he's not. So your team are all fully fit. And your match ratings, I mean, Riquelme's on a yellow, Radaby's on a yellow, but this is just cup bands, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's just play out. Radaby's not had too much game time for his own team, but he's got 8 through himself.
6 out of 6 tackles. And there's Ronaldinho with a goal. 5-0. Can they make it 6 before the end? This is a good attacking performance at this point. Can it be 6? Can it be 6? We're just hoping for something. Late chance. Oh, no. 5-0 is good anyway, isn't it? For Ron. 2 assists, 2 goals.
One of the biggest wins at night as well, so can take that.
Yeah.
And
two players on 10 with 2 assists each.
Well, it's a real manager knowing how to get something out of a real team. They're probably going to be defunct. They're probably going to be defunct at the end of the season.
So look at the goals. I mean, it's Veron scoring with absolutely nothing going on there. His first goal, he went on a bit of a dribble. Where does it begin? So, Pasha's dribble forward, being tackled by Veron, and then suddenly, so Veron got past Muller, got past Pasha, got past Marcinson, and then put it in. And then we don't know how he scored his next goal. Riquelme could easily have been sent off. Ronaldinho with a header from Vieira. And then the goals in the second half, Madeira out-jumping the goalkeeper with a Veron assist. And then Veron to Ronaldinho. So, yeah, very good. Very good. Assist. Opposition, not very good, but done okay. So, round hay. And, I'll just give you a few seconds to talk to the fans about the round hay team. Noticing that Vesterlund is in the team for a debut. He's a player who's been brought in from the youth squad. Talk about that because I just need to go and get a quick drink.
No, it's fine. I think Vesterlund's looking really good for a possible regen or somebody coming through. Obviously it's a formation that quite a lot of people play. Moving the DM out of the 4-1-3-2. Look, that formation is probably something I'd play when I were a kid, first playing the game, before you realised how overpowered defensive midfielders were. Joe Cole running back to that defensive midfield as opposed to Gerrard is an interesting one. I think obviously looking around his side there's quite a few players playing that haven't had much game time all season so far as well. And I still think they're going to be a little bit too strong, as they should be. I thought that might be your go-to there, James. I think I'm sure Dan will appreciate and go for that. I think it's a really interesting one. In terms of Vesterlund, I can see Vesterlund getting a goal here as well. Looking how he starts, look for a 16-year-old in this environment. But James asking if we can swap Cole and Gerrard around.
Naturally, it's probably something that he meant to have put in and I didn't. So that's absolutely fine by me. There we are. Looking into it. That's all good. Vesterlund.
But it's strong. It's really strong.
Team, yeah. Wonderful. Let's see the relevant. There we go. And yeah, good. Got to catch up on the chat I've already seen. So you're back in Vesterlund to score?
Yeah, I think he will. Look at that. It looks really strong. 16-year-old who's he's obviously regened from somewhere. Who's your normal one? Is it Bertelson that normally retires early on, even though he's only 32 by end of first
Do
season?
you
I
know,
think
I've
he
absolutely
normally.
no idea. Absolutely no idea. You can have a number 40, 44 shirt. There he goes. Vestal. I would have absolutely no idea. Jamie Carragher. He'd select his captain's name, Morgan Norman refereeing. Take a look into the opposition.
I think looking at Quinton's comment, I think Chris Kirkland's turned into Andy Gorham tonight.
Yeah, two Chrissy Kirklands. Both ex-Coventry goalkeepers, I believe. With that,
Yeah.
Steve Shellstrom on the bench, and any real players? Not at all. So Christian Adolfsson, is he on the right wing? Please. Oh no, he's in the middle. Yeah, there he goes. So predictions, Steve. I didn't know if you'd actually said a prediction for a scoreline.
No, I hadn't as yet. Yeah, I think it's uncomfortable, especially with no real players in. Again, 4-5-0 for round A.
45-0. That would be quite nice, wouldn't it? Actually, we need a performance like that after the 12 last night for one team. Quinton's going for 4. You've gone for 4 or 5, and I've gone for the kickoff button. And there we are on the stadium again for today. No ground sharing with any top division teams like yesterday, with one team sharing grounds with Wolves. It's still 0-0, 11 minutes in, and there it is. Alan Smith getting the opening goal. Savage only got it 2-0. Jim will be having words. It's 2-0 Alan Smith already. And wonderful stuff. I think the crowds will be gathering in Jim's pub for the next round here match. I'd imagine it could be quite the. That's what you need to do. You need to get the Swemp on in your pub, Jim, when you're back open again. It would be wonderful.
That would
Alan
be
Smith
super.
first half hat trick. Nothing for the rest of the game, Savage. Unfortunately, you're going to see a lovely goal being scored there. Smith with all 3 shots on target in the first half for his team, and they got in.
Yeah, they've been really good in that first half. Smith, I mean, to be fair, when the first goal went in, you were seeing a lot of Esseland's name, and he's obviously just nicked it off to Smith. But he's playing very well for a young kid, and
Yeah,
yeah, they're definitely going to see it out. I think like you look at Terry and Carragher have had nothing to do whatsoever. But yeah, I think they've got to be pretty pleased with where they've gone about the business, and especially having Joe Cole not running back to centre DM, where it might have been 3-2 or 3 apiece by now. But
maybe so. Yeah, yeah, definitely the change there with Cole and Gerrard. So 3 players potentially injured. I don't know. There's options. There's options. Obviously, Vestal and there's 2. I think it's 2 weeks. I will just check for you. I think it's 2 weeks before your next match. Yeah, Otis away. Oh, no wonder Savage is playing a team down. Otis away the next game. So to look at it, I think you'd probably make a couple of changes, but I don't know if I'd leave Vesterland on.
yeah, I would personally, because he's not going to play in next league game, regardless if it were like 4 or 5 days later, he wasn't going to play next league game anyway. So I'd probably let him try and get his goal, and probably look after the 2 players that are mainland squad players
Yeah,
personally.
yeah. Perez, I might keep on for a little bit, but Janino, I'd certainly be bringing off for his own safety. I don't know. We're just waiting on Jim see if he makes the decision. Yeah, Janino off for Rick Helmer. That'll be the one. He's on the yellow card as well. It's only
I mean, I
natural.
don't know how he's done that. The most least aggressive football player I've ever seen in my life.
It's certainly an interesting one, isn't it? Janino to go up there. Fantastic. Anyway, good. Yeah, Janino off for Rick Helmer. Just what we needed. Let's get on with the rest of this match. There's Alan Smith. He's got 4. Is that the first player to score 4 in a match other than last night's farce? It might well be. 4 goals for Alan Smith, taking his tally to 5 in 4. So not bad at all there. He's got to be a candidate for Jim Anderson on the team. He's got to be a candidate. Pires 79, Vesterland 79. I didn't think they're that old, but there we are. In your 18s, as it stands there. So
It's difficult. I know, isn't it? I'd probably, if you were going to take periods off, you'd probably shift Gerrard to right. Because obviously he starts led. He's probably not a defensive midfielder, really, a bit like Kieran Dyer. And then maybe Elguera running back. Very, very defensive options considering the players that are a bit. Yeah, I think he's right there. Just to keep going.
May as well keep going. I think I'd have brought, I don't know, Van der Sar. No, I wouldn't. I've been looking for more goals. Smith with his 5th goal. Smith's 5th. Lovely bit of loose rhyme in there. Can he get 6? Can Alan Smith get a 6th goal? This is an incredible attacking display from the player who got his leg smashed by a Risa free kick. Well, partly. Unknown Stadium sees a 5-goal haul from one player, Alan Smythe. Here he is. So let's see how he got his goals in the second half. A header in that one, unless he's used his foot in the air, and a low shot. He must have absolutely been delighted with what he's done there.
Yeah, I think considering they only had 8 shots on target as well, to convert 5 of them, regardless of whether it's come from one player or not, I think it's been really, really good for James. Obviously, give him a bit of confidence, maybe pick a bit of morale up as well, going back into league fixtures, and where he's got a big chance of putting a bit of pressure on as well. So it's going to be really interesting next time. Next time we have some proper league fixtures, considering the managerial roundabouts happened and people are getting reasonable results in the cup. It's going to be interesting into the season.
Yeah, of course, with Jim already being sacked, he's probably got no pressure of being sacked again this season. But 67 out of 69 passes for Jamie Carragher and not a single own goal for him. So really good to see that performance there. 5-0 the opposition. Goalkeeper's playing okay. And yeah, apart from that, not much to report. Sandvikens versus Atleti. Atleti, of course, without the injured Barthez, who went off injured without a sub-goalkeeper on the bench. Team-wise for today, don't tempt the ball. We have some nice moves there. Silvestre playing on the right of a back three is a new one, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, especially playing non-league opposition, I probably have every inside there, even though I don't like playing at centre defence. The what he's doing with Collins, I've not got the slightest clue whatsoever.
Last time out, he got a 6 in that position. So yeah.
Is any surprise? He's not getting a mixer. He just stood halfway.
He didn't play. He didn't play in that position. I thought he did, but he actually didn't play there. So yeah, they beat Gondor 1-0 using this formation last time out. But yeah, Hughes in and Mike Duff. There he is, Mike Duff playing in that position right there.
And the Sigalco running at Solskjaer when nobody running into Sigalco's position is a bit wacky. It's I'd say this is more mad in fairness than the Trumpton formation.
I think
so
it's the realities
one. No, that had beautiful symmetry to it. So taking the arrows out of the equation had beautiful symmetry to it. But yeah, I'd say that honestly, I think that's it's quite negative for me.
We shall see. Reality making a debut today. Rare start for Stuart Elliott. So rare it's his first. Mike Taylor has had 1 start so far. And so some experimentation. And we've got to appreciate what Big Noobie's doing there with his team. Sam Vickens, the opposition. Tony Reed refereeing. Frederick Zenz, he sounds like a good goalkeeper, but he's not. And then looking into the rest of the team. Sulo Vatavara, the 40-year-old, who is the player manager You actually looks like he's a
Hmm.
decent coach for
Yeah,
lower league
good coach.
Swedish sides. Yeah, Hjalmar Erhagen. So yeah, some nice names. Benny Svanberg would be the player if you were for any name in that team. Lovely. Anyway,
Yes. Quinton's calling a David Collins double, even though he's going to be doing his best Jan Molby impression. So,
what's he gonna eat?
as well as just over in centre circle, yeah. So,
What do you reckon then, Steve?
3-0 most, the very most. I think it's pretty negative.
Jernfallen, where the game's being played today. 3-0 at the most. We had chances. The penalty turned down. Duff's had a chance as well. I say we had chances. It's the first shot off target, but I'm sure they had something. I'm absolutely convinced they've had a shot that's been off target. Sandvikens, I think they've missed a shot as well. So no one's hitting the target in any way. It's quite an even game compared to what he thought. He might be right with his three, because Sandvikens have hit the post.
They're in this game, aren't they?
Yeah, and I know they beat Gondor 1-0 off Gar. Sigalko's made it 1-0. But yeah, it's certainly not any kind of easy match at the moment, and it should be.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. It should be. But Maxim carried on his great form. We do tend to see it quite a lot, though, where one player throughout the night will really like stand head and shoulders above most.
I suppose if they are clones, they should be like that, but you don't expect that really, do you? Yeah, two for Sigalko at half time, 2-0. With three shots on target, that's really, we didn't expect it to be that negative, considering this team were getting 25 shots on target at a time. Well, 25 shots in their opening games. A header from Sigalko, two headers from Sigalko.
I think looking at that, there's a lot of improvement. I think the more worrying thing for me, more than anything, if that were me playing a non-league side, regardless of being away from home, having your keeper sat on an 8, that's
Yeah, but he's been tested. Yep, Sigalko's 9, 2 assists from Michael Hughes, and he's only on a 7. So it shows what a sort of quiet game he's been having otherwise. Second most completed passes for his team, it's 13. So let's get to 60 minutes and see if the team can liven up a bit.
Yeah, they've had very little ball.
Sigalko has a hat trick. He's trying to catch up. I've accidentally clicked there. That's me being a clown. And can he get to Alan Smith's standard? 57 minutes gone. Solskjaer's getting involved for probably the first time in the game. Subs now. And the instructions, anyone 5 rated or lower, or anyone under 82% fitness. Wait, he's on 82%, as you see fit, I think. If we were to have a look at this, it's 3-0. It's Stuart Elliott, and he's not injured. He's not under 82%. He's going to stay on. There we go. Play to the end of the game and enjoy what's going on. So they are 3-0. Steve said it wouldn't be any more than 3. And as it stands, it certainly isn't any more than 3. But will they get one in the last 15, 20 minutes of this match? Solskjaer it is, 4-0. And Solskjaer getting involved with 2 chances late on, one just wide. So it's 4-0 with just a few minutes left. Solskjaer with that 4th goal, of course. Can they get a 5th? Sandvikens have made it 4-1. And there is the end of the game. A treble assist indeed from Michael Hughes on a 9. Sigalko with 3 goals. Yet 2 standout players. Solskjaer getting a goal.
Yeah, I think the apart from the negative tactics, I think there were a couple of things there where Solskjaer scoring a goal. I don't care how you pick these sides. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer being in any of these sides, it's probably not. He's probably not even worthy of being in the home team's side either. But I know Nuke is a big Man United fan, and it's surely got to be from his playing days, not his managerial. Although they're doing all right for this last month or so, but yeah, it's solid, and negative tactics worked. Would that work again coming against the strongest side in the league? I'm not so sure.
No, with a 1-0 win over Gondor, I'm not sure it necessarily will be too effective, but you got to take some risks. I think they almost seem a little bit out of the promotion battle as it stands at the moment. They do need to try and do something, but top 6 place this season, I know you're trying to get that top 6 place back, but I think Athletic have one of them.
I think, to be fair, if you're chasing trying to finish as high as you are, I genuinely think that tactic is far too negative to be trying to do so.
Ooh, big talking then, Steve. You're gunning for that sixth still. You're gunning for your sixth. You got 5 points to catch up on Stackington yet for 7th. So, Arboya Sudra versus the Dalgety Rangers. Dalgety, who were the only side not to get a team in today, so just sticking with what they've got. Last match, the 2-0 win over Grove. This time round, I don't know if there was anyone taken out. Yeah, Aymar was taken out, so he's just been replaced by Totti, who was on the bench, and Robin has filled in for that. So that's the only changes there.
It's a strong side, isn't it, really? As we've said about Dalgety all season, I can't see anything but comfortable from here because they've been how comfortable they've been throughout playing against the other teams in the league as well. So you expect a minimum of 5 goals, in my personal opinion.
Yeah, they've just got to hope that they don't get anyone injured in this match by playing so many of their first team. So, Serdra, they do have real players. Connie Larson, she's playing in the middle of midfield. 7-0 prediction from Jim for this one. Fake Jan Magnussen, the old Formula 1 driver. There, he's in there. Stefan Blixt, that sounds a good name. And yeah, lovely to see on the bench Martin and Zoll, the substitute goalkeeper, with a 9 for his average rating. Excellent. So, will we get double figures? Who knows? It should be double figures with this squad. Quinton, his message comes straight in as soon as I say that. Nicky Ferenko makes it 1-0 early on in the first 5 minutes of the match. If they can get to 2 by 10 minutes, we're under big pressure. Nearly.
One thing I will say,
2-0. Go on, see.
I've never seen a double figure game without somebody bringing a keeper out of net.
No.
So,
or a friendly after a couple of seasons or something.
Yeah, I think 9's been the but I'll open the water with that.
Yeah, with it being 3-0 already, with Ashley Cole getting that third goal. Only one of them has been assisted, and it is Barry Ferguson. Nicky Franco chasing a hat trick already. Elbert plenty of chances. They have slowed down a little bit in terms of their finishing, but plenty of shots on target. Elbert's had 6, Nicky Franco's had 4. And it's still 3-0. 5 minutes to half time. Van Nistelrooy has had 1 shot so far. It shows just how they don't have to rely on him at this point. Can they make it 4 before the break? No, Elbert's missed. And it is half time, and it's still 3-0. 15 shots on target with the goals scored by Nicky Franco on a rebound. Nicky Franco on a rebound, and Ferguson ball in and headed in by Cole, the opposition. Anderson, an 8 is, I don't know, he's made 12 saves. He's doing pretty well.
I think it's harsh, in honesty, and I think more than anything, if you're now getting manager, you're really disappointed with 15 shots on target in 45 minutes of football. It's no, I think it's
Yeah.
bit disappointed.
Yes, considering you got 10 shots on target from 2 players. Get to 60 minutes, no one's on a 5. If anyone's on a 6 at 60 minutes, they'll be brought off. Elbear's made it through 4-0 at this point. And there we are, 4-0. Kivu's going to be withdrawn because it's a 6 at this point, so a centre back will come off. They got Okoronkwo on the bench. He will come on. It's the only sub they're going to make unless they've got any glaring injuries. No. And so let's get to the end of this game. 4-0 comfortable. Assist for the goal from Nicky Franco. It's 5-0 though now. Ashley Cole has 2 and Nicky Franco's assisted that one as well. Is Ashley Cole chasing a hat-trick here? Surely not. Surely not. There's a penalty and Ashley Cole gets a hat-trick with his penalty.
Yeah, game loves him as a penalty taker, doesn't it? I don't know why.
Yeah, he's as soon as I thought he's been brought down, I'm like, no, his Cole's going to score. 6-0 Ashley Cole penalty, and it wasn't 7, unfortunately for Jim, but 6-0, and Ashley Cole with 20 shots on target. He's got 2 penalties. He did score 2 penalties. Thank you, Quintonia. I did not notice that his first one was a penalty. So here we are. So it's a yellow card for the goalkeeper bringing down Nicky Franco. Elbow with a header. And then Jens Magnusson taking down Nicky Franco for the goal. Yeah, it's dominant in the end. Dominant 6-0. 3 assists for Nicky Franco.
I mean, they obviously kept the foot on gas a little bit. He scored a 7 amount of goals in the second half. I think, there were a lot of really good performances. I think Totti were on 8 at one point, watched him drop down, which is unsurprising.
I think, am I right in thinking those 2 of the assists from Nicky Franco were being brought down for penalties?
Yeah, I'd probably say so.
Yeah, I don't think he's made any assists otherwise. He's made 1 assist otherwise. Let's see if he was brought down for the 2 penalties. Yes, and yes. So he's won 2 penalties. It shouldn't be an assist to be taken off a penalty. You're absolutely right. So he's got 3 assists, but he's only made 1.
Dalgett is just showing the credentials, the strong side that they are, and the way that they've gone about the business this season.
Indeed, and there are the results from today. So lots and lots and lots of them. Are there any massive results elsewhere? Film have gone through to the next round with a win over the lovely coloured Volsta Syrianska. And yeah, good to see that's happened there. Eric Bergman with a hat-trick. He's not even real, so we can't even see if he'd be good in the next round. Bifrost are out, unfortunately. 6-1 to Floda. Two red cards in the first 22 minutes and an injury on 23. Absolute farce. Marcus van Nistelrooy in the team there. A real crazy game. Dixon. Is that Jimmy Dixon? I'm sure he's called Jimmy Dixon in future games. I think he's called Jimmy Dixon. And I think he plays further back in future games. But Quint's will be able to say whether that's right or not.
I mean, you do find out when you load a league up, and you do find a lot of
the Afghan with no name.
Well, it's just in brackets. In brackets.
He's not actually that bad, is he? You know, as a looking at a lower league striker, 14 finishing, 12 pace, 11 off the ball, 11. I'm going to look for him in future games. How do you search for him other than look at his club? That is brilliant.
I just think he's the man with no name, and he's. I mean, for him to come on as well and get 2 goals, and he's pretty probably dressed in a camouflage suit.
Just take a
Obviously, you
look at
can
what it
see.
says when he scored. Uh, is that he replaced the injured Blake. It is Jimmy Dixon, and he was a defender. Yeah, exactly. I'm sure he was more. I'm sure I played him more left back at other times. Blanco. It was who scored. Definitely. Wow. He played the free kick. He hit him well. Yeah, fantastic. So this is why it's worth looking through these lower league games sometimes. Yeah, 4-3 Landscroner versus Really. That's the outcomes there for EST. That it was actually a very, very close game. Landscroner led on 3 occasions during the match. Oh, it's skipping all over the place. So in this one here, we've got a 5-2 with a red card involved in there. Jimmy Hemman back. He sounds good. 7-2 in this one to Husqvarna with 4 goals for Larsberg, 14 for the season. And then Sleipner. I believe Sleipner's been used by is it Martin and Joe doing a thing of Sleipner?
Yeah, well, obviously we know there's a stream going about at the minute about trying to make them great again, and I think they put themselves in game into the next round. As there's a high likely chance that they're going to meet more lower league opposition as well, considering the amount they're still in.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, I think it's see what happens come next round of cup games.
Harish Cui didn't score in the game there. He's always a player I look for at forward. Rugby winning 5-0, of course. And at the bottom there, we've got 2 4-0s. Yeah, lovely to see the things there. Just see if anyone's got any big goal tallies, but no, or any names that catch my eye. Frederick Tervaniemi. Lovely. Oh, well. So obviously they're the results, and there are 2 weeks till the next thing. But what I'm going to do now is have a look at this draw for the next round of the cup. And there's 64 teams, so let's just press the draw and see what we've got. Otis are away to IFK Malmo. Visby versus Radaby. Deaforce versus Real E. Geffler from Division 1 versus Dalgety Rangers. Unwadalan versus Trumpton. And then we go down Itaby versus Blues. Lulea versus Orakers. 76ers and Bunkerflow. Stackington versus Atletico Newells. That is, am I the, us and Big Noopy the only teams playing each other from the division? Floda versus Grove. Film versus Roundhay and Vasteros versus Danglies. So yeah, big game for Otis, but a big game for Stackington versus Athletic. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I think for Otis, these games of trying stuff and trying to find where some of these players can play a little bit better than the positions that they may have been playing before. I do think Michael will come back into the season. I'm really interested to see what everybody knows he's involved, that he will go full concept next season, and whatever he does with that, that's going to be really interesting.
It will indeed. It will indeed. I'm just going to see how far I can click through to this one. Must be some sort of interesting games because people can't see always the fitness and things, can they? International duty becoming ineligible. So here we are. That's 76ers are going to register their squad now. 25 players selected for their Champions League thing. Everybody is in. Perfect. No Linda, no Andreasen, but everyone else is there. It works absolutely fine. So we get to what the next game is. It's Faroe Islands versus Sweden. And Sweden what I will do is I will play these games at some point, and to do that, I will not play them now. But that's where we are, leaving off with that. So thank you very much, Steve. Hope your little nap in the middle was enough for you.
Well, yeah, with little naps in between. It has been a long, hard week, as well as a long, hard
Indeed.
well, sleep tonight where I don't normally happen. So, but no, congratulations to everybody for beating mediocre opposition, including the new Radovich manager who's making me look a twat. And we'll see where we go next time. League fixtures are out.
Yes, good night to everyone. We'll just check those fixtures for next time in the league, so that everyone knows what is going on. That would make sense, actually, wouldn't it? So, going very quickly into the Swedish Premier. The next fixtures see only 6 games because because of the 76ers. That's basically the reason why 76ers are not involved in the next round of fixtures, because the day after is the UEFA Cup, not the Champions League. The UEFA Cup, they play Strasbourg away, so that will be what they're aiming for at the same time. So everyone playing apart from 76ers and who will it be? Is it Gondor or Grove in that round? It's Grove that are missing out next time round. Okay, so yeah, thank you to everyone, and thank you, Steve, very much for being here.
Half of it. But good night, all. It's been enjoyable, as per.
And long, but yeah, all good. Good night.